Happy Saturday, happy April Fool's Day, everybody. It is April 1st, and happy birthday to my friend Ed. I don't think he watches, but I know his mother has subscribed to the channel, so who knows, maybe he'll get the message. Anyway, happy Saturday. I haven't been around for, I guess it's been 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. No update for me, mostly because not a lot of stitching has been happening. Practically no stitching has been happening. I need to cough. We're going to pause. As I was saying, no stitching has been happening because World of Warcraft released their second patch, well, the first patch, whatever, anyway, has patched with more content and stuff, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. But all you need to know is, for the most part, I have been on a mad killing spree in the World of Warcraft. So, let's take a look at the progress report, minuscule as it is. And the only reason this has been getting any work done on it is because it's been at work, and I can't WoW at work, but I can stitch on lunch break. So, here it is, all done. The stocking house, or shop, or whatever it is called. As you can see up here, I eliminated the candy cane border between the, what is this? The garland and the house. So I just went from garland into snowflakes, had to count it out, do a little bit of figuring, and off we went. And then as you look close, you can see that, let me move my water here. I have flipped the direction the garland is going. So let me go over here. This one arches down, this one arches up. It's charted so that they all arch down like this, but I was only going to do 2 lines of the garland, so I decided for fun and games I would flip it down here. Now that I'm looking at it and have committed to doing this, I think had I been smarter about it, I would have changed the direction of this one. So this one would arch up and this one would arch down. I think that would give a better balance to it, but I am not going to pick out all of this. No. So the way it is the way it is. This took me quite a bit of time, almost the full month, to get through at work. When it gets to be lunch break and I still have 40 minutes left on lunch break and I do not want to stitch on this, that's kind of how you know that you're starting to get tired of the project. So it took me almost a week and a half just to stitch this bottom garland because I didn't want to stitch it. I was tired of the project, didn't want to touch it, didn't want to think about it, didn't want to do it anymore. So with that note, that means this probably is not going to go back to work with me on Monday. I'll probably pull something else out and work on that instead. Maybe I'll have to go with like an every other month sort of rotation on it. What are you doing, princess? She's about to get herself into trouble is what she's doing. So anyway, really, that is pretty much the only thing that I have stitched on. The girls did come over the other day for crafty stitching night. I put in like 2 lengths of gold on Celtic Christmas, but I haven't, that's not really enough to show anything, so that's kind of it as far as stitching goes. So, next segment, wonderful segment we all love, it is Stashquisitions! Woo! I have been good, guys. I have been absolutely, positively, amazingly good. Oh, so you remember the a journey begins, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step, or whatever. Anyway, so I thought, since I was tired of this project, the Santa's Village project, I thought, oh, I will start on that project. And so I got it out, did the math, and I thought, remember when I was showing you all the beautiful neutral fabrics that my postcard pal had sent me earlier at the beginning of the month? Anyway, there was a beautiful sagey greeny gray that I think would look perfect for that project. The only problem is that project is only about 4 inches tall by 18 inches wide. We all know that when it comes to the fat quarters, not nearly quite long enough. So it looks like I'm going to have to buy a special piece of fabric for that project, because I pulled all sorts of fabrics out. I pulled the lovely soft models out. I pulled the bright purples out. It's not going to go on a bright purple, you guys. Seriously, anyway. So I was pulling fabric out, and I just don't have one that's long enough. The fabrics are, 17, 18 inches long, but I need another couple inches for, room for framing. But I just didn't have anything that was that long enough. So how did I get off on this tangent? I don't even remember. It is Stashquisition time. So haven't bought much of anything. The Button of the Month Club from Just Another Button Company came in, and so this month's theme was mint. Mint, mint, mint. So absolutely adorable. Beautiful, bright, springy green buttons, and as always there's a little heart in that packet. And then the big buttons, and the ones that big buttons are great for sewing on the project bag projects, and then the little tiny ones are great for putting onto the cross stitch. So I love these. I love all of them. And the silly little bonus that we got this month is a little project so you can make a little brooch or a pin or something for Easter. But what's amazing about this bonus is they included a whole bunch of Easter themed buttons. Look, there's flowers and carrots and a bumblebee and a little tiny egg over there kind of by my finger. It's just fun. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. So that came in the mail. And then I bought another cute little piece of fabric from Fantasy Dye Fabrics. It's pink, it's purple, it's a Lugana. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be when I ordered it. See, it's 17 by 15, so it's kind of a smallish piece, but it's gorgeous, and I have no doubts that I will find something fabulous to put on it. It'll just have to be a small fabulous thing. So there is that. Yeah, not much on the way of Stashquisitions. Doing really good. I have finally hit the positive side of things when it comes to Stitch from Stash, but mostly because I cheated and I decided that my tax refund, all that money was going to cross-stitch stuff. So the, where did my brain go? Anyway, so I used like part of my refund, and I had job changes and all sorts of stuff going on last year, so I hadn't, dialed in the exemption number that I wanted to put on my W whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I accredited like half my refund, $600, to Stitch from Stash and cross stitch stuff. So now I am back in the black for Stitch from Stash, and I'm so excited. So excited. But I'm going to try to continue on the principle of only buying what we're really going to stitch. I mean, look, I have this huge thing back there behind me that has flosses over here, patterns kind of over there, lots of patterns. It's full of great stuff. So I could probably never buy another thing except for maybe floss and stitch all the wonderful stuff. So that is all we have for Stashquisitions. Now, having been gone for so long, I do have a whole heap, a lot of one thing. All right, going to start over again. We had a little happenstance with Princess down there and a glass of water. So we are going to go ahead and start it off with our shout outs to the Floobies. And like I was trying to say, we have a lot of Floobies because it has been about 3 weeks since I have done a shout out. In fact, we've got 4 pages of notes. So, on with the adventures. I might be a little short on this. I do have a new glass of water. This is because I know my throat is going to get dry, and Princess hopefully will stay on the floor and not on the desk. All right. So, first Floobie, Noteworthy Needle. And she was exceptional because she is a designer and was an attendee or a vendor at the Nashville Needleworks show. And so she shows us some of the exhibits and some of the fun and just all of the stuff there. And that was fantastic. I know a lot of you have seen her. The Silver Stitcher, she starts us off with an intro to her family. She stitches Haid designs, and one of which is just this fantastic, super colorful elephant. There is Penny Bryn. She was inspired to start doing films by Joe Gregoire, who said, if I can do it, you can do it. And it's true, you guys. If I can do it, you can do it. If Joe can do it, you can do it. It's not that hard. Anyway, she is also working on a beautiful Haid. This one is a cat looking up at the moon, I think. Something like that. I didn't put it down in my notes. Anyway, she has plenty of other fantastic whips that she shares with us. Happy Coffee shares a beautiful scene of a Parisian cafe with pastries all around, is what she's working on. And I saw in her second FlossTube video she had actually finished that one, and it's just a fantastic piece. Michelle at The Striped Rose introduces ourselves. She's a lover of samplers and reproductions, and she just, gives us a fabulous hour of stitching. Gibbs Girl Stitches also gives us an intro to her first whip. She shows us an L&L Angel. It's just really quite beautiful work and beautiful projects. That is the end of page 1. Put that over there so I can safely keep it with my notes when I'm doing the upload. All right, Studio KL. She is another Australian multi-crafter. Part 1, she shares mostly of her yarn crafts, knitting, and crochet, but part 2 is where more of the cross stitch is. She films in sort of the vlog style, so you kind of get a little bit every day. She loves Peter Rabbit and is working on a Peter Rabbit themed piece for a baby gift. We next meet Heather Thedford, and she finished her PhD in stitching projects. And I love that pattern. I have it on, I subscribe to all of the British magazines through Google Play. So I have it, I love it, I printed it out. I'm going to stitch it one day, just like all of us. Anyway, she shares a couple of her recent finishes. Heather Thedford, she's cute. All right, Runs with Pencil. Artist and gamer. She added cross stitch to her channel. She loves full coverage pieces and has said that, some of her design works, her patterns and stuff have been published in magazines like the British ones. And so I, of course, didn't write down which patterns in which magazines, so I'm going to have to go watch her and find out for yourselves. Tilly Talk Stitching. Starts off with the Know Your Needleworker tag. What a great tag. She is a self-proclaimed serial starter and has a lot of lovely whips. Gemstone Stitches. She also starts off with the Know Your Needleworker tag. She shows a stocking that she has stitched and has just finished, and so that's what we get to learn from her. Okay, moving on. We have SVG Sews. She does a great intro into herself and her crafting life. She's primarily a designer and a multi-crafter. She's working on the Linens and Things SAL, which I'm slowly, you guys are tempting me. The more I see it, the more I look at. She's using a turquoise and orange combo for the Linens and Things SAL, and it's just a fantastic combo. It's gorgeous. So that is SVG, and then I have notes on this paper about how I want to have my champions set out and laid out for WoW, so you need to hang on to that. All right, page number 4. We have Colorblind Cross Stitcher. She's a lover of language and gives it a lovely intro to herself. She has some interesting notes, the challenges she faces being colorblind and loving to cross stitch. She's released, I think her first video came out in 3 parts, and so there's a little bit something different in each part. She was a delight. Mortuary Stitches. She has been a delight to watch too. She loves to bargain hunt those cross stitch charts. And she is a Dinky Dyes addict. I'm sure there are many of you who can relate to that. Where was I? Stitching Shadows. She is working on a time-lapse video of her family tree. So there's some talking, some rambling, and you just kind of watch her stitch. More episodes to come. Kindred Stitcher starts off with the Know Your Needleworker tag and shows some of her finishes. She's finished a lot of them into project bags, and they're just really, really well done. So go check her out. Go check them all out. Brazilian Girl Crafts also starts us off with the Know Your Needleworker tag. So she's stitching and doing the tags, so you can watch the stitching. You know, it's like a stitch along, or yeah, stitch along. Anyway, so that is her format, and I look forward to seeing more from her. And then the last new gal that I stumbled across was Arlene. I hope that's Arlene, because it looks like Adine, except I think that's an R and an L in my handwriting. Who knows? You guys know that I can't read my own handwriting, right? Right? Yep. Okay. So Arlene Cohen, she shares an introduction and her travels through her hobby. She shares some magnificent finishes. So that was a lot of fun seeing her stuff. So there is that. So like usual, I will put links to their channels down in the description box below. There will be a little bit more information about my Santa's village, the fabric it's on, the flosses I'm using, also in the description box below. So now, let's take a look at the Battle Cow Adventures. Because face it, guys, that's really all I have been doing is just I come home from work, I change my clothes, I turn on the computer, and I play the WoW. So I have been doing stuff for emissary quests.
Witness the treachery he showed the one who bore him. Covered in the blood of his own family. The accursed mist creep in from the sea, venture forth, and vanquish the Cavalier there before their darkness spreads further. Loading. Until they stop.
There has been fishing. But most of all, there has been hunting of the rares down while I battle the Legion with the rest of everybody, so. So that's what we have been doing. We did not run dungeons last night. There was a bad storm back east where the guildmaster and the raid leader are, and so with all the thunder and lightning they signed off of their computers, so we didn't run dungeons last night. We're hoping to do a raid tonight. Last week we did Emerald Dream. That was a lot of fun. 20 people. Okay, so I'm a healer and my spec, the Battle Cow, is slow. So I run slow. Even when I've got my extra speed on, I run slow. So I tend to run at the back of the pack. So anyways, we're, 25 some odd of us are just going in trying to, murder everything in the Emerald Nightmare raid. I'm just watching, 20 some odd names in blue go up over hills, and I'm like the last 2 or 3 trundling along behind, just trying to keep up, trying to keep everybody up. Luckily I had 3 other healers helping me, so that was alright. Anyway, it was fun, but at the same time it was just kind of funny to watch. You're like, oh, here's 25 of people, all of us on our computers trying to get up and over and kill the next boss. What else? Oh, it has been interesting. Along with 7.2, they changed the nameplates for all the characters who are not on the same side of the fence as you. So for me, since I'm a Horde, all the Horde people, their names are in blue, and all the Alliance, their names are now in orange. Previously, if you were not flagged for PvP, everybody's name would be in blue. And so I just never thought about it. But now, as I'm traveling around trying to kill the things, I am almost always surrounded by a horde of orange names. It's a ton of Alliance on my server, and I had never realized this before. I'll be out hunting the rares, and luckily the rares are a multi-faction tag, so, it'll be like 3, 4, 5, 20 orange tags, and then me with the blue name tag standing there in the middle just trying to, AoE this thing down. So, who knows? Who knows? But it's still a lot of fun. I just, for some reason, I thought that my server was more balanced, 50-50, but it looks like we're over the edge, more towards the Alliance side of things. So if you like the PvP, you like 50-50, slightly edged towards Alliance, come on down, join the Alliance, and, you could murderate me, sooner or later. Except I never play PvP because I don't like it. Alright, I know some of you are knitters, you love the knits, and in one of the little videos where I was showing you what I was doing, I was wearing a new knit hat that my mommy made for me. It has these lovely sort of leaf motifs, sort of a leafy lace. My mom loves knitting lace. She loves slightly complex patterns, and so I chose this one for her to knit for me because I told her sometimes I'm just sitting there and my head gets cold. So I would like a hat to wear in my house, even though we're going into summer, and so I probably won't be wearing my raid beanie anymore in the summer. Anyway, so that's a little close-up of what the hat is that I was wearing. Confessionally, guys, when I come home from work, sometimes I will wear the same thing 2 or 3 days in a row. Deal with it. All right. That is everything. That is everything. I'm going to go edit it together. As you can see, we have some lovely, lovely sunshine streaming in. It is the first day of General Conference, so I'm going to be spending most of my day inside watching conference and enjoying that. Stitching away. I'll probably pick up We Seek After These Things and settle in on the corner of my sofa and enjoy that. I hope you guys are having plenty of time to get all your stitching in. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope that frog stays far, far away from you. Hugs and stitches, everybody. Happy birthday, Ed. Bye.